Hey guys, we are continuing on in Season 3 of our Kennesaw State Dynasty, continuing with the second half of the year. We are currently sitting at 6-1 this season, ranked 11th in the country, and off to a great start this season, with our key freshman transfer breakout tight end CJ McCrane. He's been a beast for us this year. We'll be playing against Liberty and Jacksonville State, both our rivals in this video, so it should be a tight one for that. And our recruiting is going pretty well so far. We have quite a bit of guys that are very close to the commit stage, that we should be getting some signings here pretty soon. And we have a couple guys that are coming up for some visits here this upcoming week. Liberty is one of the games we've had marked on our calendar. We need to continue to assert our dominance. We played them in two tight contests last year, in the conference championship and the last game of the regular season. So this one, I'm looking forward to it, as we're going to be the first team to receive. And we are at home for this one. Nathan Leacock is the standout guy that we're looking forward to seeing in this one, as he's been turning it on lately. We need him to be involved early, but we also need Tavares Jones to continue to assert his dominance. We'll try to get him involved. We'll do a little play action though, and just gonna have to dump it off because there's not really anybody open. And then on the next play, we're going to try to hand it back off to Tavares Jones as he has a little bit of space to the outside. Makes a nice move, and he's going to be all the way down to the 40. Tavares Jones is just one of those guys that is just such a big playmaker. We need to find a way to get Ethan Vasco to get back in as well, as that is a tight window. It's incomplete. Just not a lot of room to throw on that one, as that one's kind of also a little risky of a pass. Fourth down, though, we're going to go for it. It's a little ballsy here, but Tavares Jones has so much room to the outside, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. Going up 7 points early, it's time for Liberty to take their chance on offense, as they're going to go straight to the run game, and they have so much space to the outside. We finally knock them out. So lucky we aren't going against Vaughn Blue as much this year as we did last year, as he just completely torched us. If that is a terrible tackle attempt, and we're going to have to keep this quarterback at bay, as they're going to try another jet pass, and they're somehow going to reverse field. Luckily, only held them for a 7-yard gain. It really could have been so much worse. So that's going to be a sack. Jaden Grimes is going to get in there. Love seeing some other guys show up big, as that is an open man way downfield. Already in the red zone for Liberties. They're going to try to run the ball up the middle, and he's so close to the end zone. 2nd down and 1. We got to clamp them up. They're going to try to run with it, and wow, that was just such a good play for the QB. Really just threw that right where we were. We had to respect the run, and he just beat us with it either way. So all tied up 7 apiece here in Georgia, as we're going to get a little return. Try to go back to the run game with Tavares Jones. Get him involved, not much. 2nd down and long. Can we get the pass game going? We've been a little rusty this year. Ethan's had a couple games where he's been a little bit better, but he's just had a lot of turnovers so far in this one. But Tavares Jones has a nice run. Up over 70 yards already in just 5 carries. We'll try to get Bryce Dobson involved. Jet touches just have been kind of spotty for us also this year, as there's just not enough time. We were going to have Nathan Leacock a little bit late on that one, so we'll just have to try to dump it off. A good tackle. Gonna force us to have a punt situation here as the first quarter is winding down. Luckily, he's not able to get to that, and it bounces out great. Last play of the first quarter, we got to hold him there. Good tackle. End of the first quarter, 7-7. A lot lower scoring than it was in all of our other previous matchups. Richard Dubose, though, has been amazing for us. It's a good tackle. 3rd down situation. Big stop for our defense. We need to find somebody to make a play, and Richard Dubose is going to tackle him. Back on offense, we'll try to motion Dobson like it's a pretend screen or jet touch, and we'll just get basically nothing. Trying to figure out what their defense is weak at, that we can beat them and maybe over the top, as it's a perfect pass to Nathan Leacock for a touchdown, and we're able to break it open. That is what we need. 14-7 for us right now, as we need to hold them at bay. Cyrus Dansby's been doing pretty solid this year. Another tackle for losses. It's 3rd and 11. QB's going to scramble. Can we send a guy? Perfect. Gonna force them to have to punt the ball here on 4th down, as Javen Simpkins is going to get a chance to return it as he breaks the tackle, and he's got a little bit of speed, but it's not much. We'll get just about around the 40. Do a little bit of motion, get Tavares back involved. Again, he's able to cut up the middle. That was so close to being able to break that for a long play, and that's a terrible pass. CJ McCrane still has not had a catch yet, and that is almost terrible. Glad that happened. We had to punt that off. So, all right. Defensively then, oh my goodness, terrible pursuit angle, and he's going down the sideline of midfield. Just terrible defensive pursuit angle. We can't be crumbling like this, guys. Let's get back to playing solid defense. Good tackle for loss on that one, bringing up a 2nd and long. Gotta do what we can do. They're just running the ball so much. Another TFL. Good job with recognition there for us. Be able to hold them there. We should be able to get that sack. And we're going to get the sack. It's 4th and 13. Donovan Westmoreland coming in there clutch to get that sack and force the punt. So we'll get another chance for a good return for Javen. That's solid. Getting to about the 40-yard line again as we're going to try to hand it off a second time, and it's a huge 15-yard gain. Tavares Jones has been pretty good so far today. Wide open, man! He overthrew him. I can't believe Ethan Vasco just overthrew him on that one. That's been our problem so far this year, is Ethan Vasco's inaccuracies has been rough. Another one there. Would have picked up the first, but instead we have to punt the ball. And now they have a ton of open space right up the middle. 1st and 10 for them after that big gain. Is this going to be almost picked? Jericho Washington was so close to being able to get that interception. Jericho has just really been a ball hawk since the beginning, though. So you can't be too upset when he misses one. But that's an insane throw. And he breaks a tackle and he's inside the 30. I don't know how that pass was what it was, but that was almost picked. Danellis Johnson. I can't believe he just dropped it as that was wide open. And that's another good find. Their QB is just absolutely dotting us up right now, and we cannot be having that. We're going to have to send somebody. They call a timeout to see if they can try to get some points on this board. Scrambling out again, we got guys there. I'm putting some spies out here on defense. We need to make sure that they are not going to run this thing in. 4th down situation. The field goal attempt is no good. He missed it to the right. I can't believe it. He actually missed the field goal. 1st and 10, dropping back, throws that one deep, and it's missed. Bryce had a step on that last one, and Ethan just couldn't get it there. That's just really nothing. Gonna have to call a timeout to somewhat stop the clock here. Have an opportunity. It's way underthrown, and we'll just have to run it out to 14-7 at half. We had a couple bad missed throws from Ethan Vasco, or else we could have put up some more points potentially. Tavares Jones, though, just always consistent. 10 yards per carry is crazy. Tavares is such an amazing player to have. Going to be so sad as a senior whenever we aren't getting him back. That's going to be tough to swallow, but we have some good players in his place. As another sack, Chris Rogers. And I think it was Mylau Fox getting in there. Guys have been an absolute menace on the defensive line for us, and they're just going nowhere. 3rd and long. We need a defensive stand. Quarterback's going to run with it again. Don't tell me he's going to get that 1st down. He is. They have been so good at the QB scramble so far in this one, as that's another sack. 4 sacks here early on, and that was barely in time. Really almost had an opportunity for a pick, and so with that one also. Gonna bring up a 4th. They punt it, and we're back on offense. It's just incomplete. Seemingly causing a lot of pressure for us. Barely gets that off to Tavares. His speed, he's gonna break a tackle, and he gets the 1st. Good pickup for Tavares Jones. We'll try to go back to the ground game. Read option. It might have been Tavares. Ethan tried to hold it, made the wrong decision, and we just didn't have anybody open. Defense has been good for them as that's an open man. He overthrows him. Ethan's inaccuracies again. That is the story of our offense this season. As they're just going to try to scramble yet again with the quarterback, and Bradford's just going off. So far, their QB has been the main Achilles heel for us. We've been doing solidly, I think, in the just general run game, as that's another good tackle. We had that one big one that we allowed, but that's a good deflection. Cyril Prewitt really showing up big there as we're going to get a little pitch play on the option play, and Tavares has speed. Up over 100 yards on the day for Tavares Jones, as that's a good play action, but he just couldn't get it off. Gonna go back to our jet touch, and Tavares didn't get the tackle. By tackle, I meant block, and we get tackled, and we'll just try to give it back to Tavares because he's a better runner than he is a blocker. Gets us to a 4th and 1. OC wants us to go for it. We will get it. DJ Scott able to put down his shoulder and get the first. So we're going to lose a terrible one on that one. We'll go back to the screen. Screen's been working pretty well for us so far. But at the end of the third, it's 14-7. Such a low-scoring game in comparison to the last few games we played against those guys. And how is Pitt ranked number 4? But third down, we got to put up some points. Good comeback to Bryce Dobson. That's a nice little stop route, as that's a great run. Tavares Jones is going to take that thing to the crib from the outside. A good little cut move from him. So up 21-7 now, putting some more pressure on this Liberty offense, as they have to score here. Clock is going to become an issue for them and a friend for us, as they get nothing. They got to stop running the ball. It's not been effective. QB scramble is the only thing that's been working for them. QB is so glad he just slid there, because Richard Dubois has been laying some hits this season. 4th down, they're going for it. I mean, they have to, as they're just going to get it. We just fell over right there. Gave him a wide open running room for a 1st down, and we had to play both. That was a good offensive call. Really putting us in some conflict with our zones as they just run straight up the middle again for a 1st down. Just 15-yard run after 15-yard run, and they're just moving it down the field. And that's almost a big hit. We're trying to catch on to when they start to scramble a little bit earlier so we can get a good hit on them. As they're just going to try to run, and it's wide open. Unbelievable touchdown for them. Just gave it to them. We'll try to go back to the run game. I almost said Ethan Vasco. Tavares Jones making a nice move to make a man miss and pick up some yards. We're going to hit him with that little stop route. Huge spin. I mean, his spin move is just so deadly, making 2 guys miss. Javen Simpkins is just not the same. Having this joystick ability is amazing. 3rd down. It's a big pickup, and it's going to get somehow intercepted. The route got undercut by the defensive back. I feel like that was, to a degree, open. It wasn't the most open, but a good pass, like a good throw there, is a complete pass. I feel like it was just too slow. How did he get that pick? Ronald Moore just making potentially the play of the game. Yeah, I don't know about that. There was an opportunity there for Bryce to get that. But this is not good at all. 2 good tackles in a row. Brings up a 3rd down situation. That means wide open. Oh my goodness. Therese Hamilton was nowhere in the same zip code. Huge blown coverage. So we are all tied up at 21 apiece. We'll try to get to an option play. First time they ever actually stop it. We're just going to have to dump it off again. Just nothing open. 3rd down and 10. This would be huge. He throws it up. Jump ball, and it's caught. Ali Joyner is going to somehow come down with it. I don't even believe it. There's no way Ali Joyner just came down with that pass. I gotta see a replay again. Ethan Vasco just threw up a prayer as he was being hit. 51 yards down the field to Ali Joyner. Unbelievable. Look at this replay. Just right over top of the corner. Amazing effort. Ali Joyner game ball right now, even if we don't even come out with this one. We're going to try to run it a few times, just get us into a position that we can kick this field goal. And here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. We got to nail this field goal. It's up and it is good. We're going to make the walk-off field goal win against our rivals with no time left. Able to nail it. Eric Calvillo able to hit the field goal to win the game against the Flames. 24-21 final score, and that is such a crazy beginning to the second part of this season. Ethan Vasco did what he needed to do. Tavares Jones played really, really well for us too with 148 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ethan Vasco though, 15 for 27, 201, a touchdown, and 1 pick that was so bad that almost cost us the game. Like I said before, Tavares Jones just going off. Receiving wise, Tavares Jones also somehow led the team in receptions and yards. Allie Joyner though, that 51-yard catch, fantastic. Defensively though, Cyrus Dansby, 10 tackles. Dubose and Westmoreland with 8 apiece. A couple TFLs, Donovan Westmoreland had 3. He also had 1.5 sacks. Jaden Grimes getting in a sack also. No picks though, a little bit slower for the second half of the season, and a couple pass deflections for us. George Phoenix commits. He was one of the guys coming to the game. And Jaquez Funches, the other offensive lineman, commits. But sad to say, Seth McCreary, the 5-star cornerback, and D'Angelo Wakefield, the free safety, both commit to other teams. Tavares Jones, though, CUSA Offensive Player of the Week. Looking at recruiting then for the next week. So we still have these 2 guys. The playing style deal breaker might be the problem for us. We just need to get so many more passing yards for this. But Orlando Tate, it's going to be close. It's going to be really down to the wire if we're going to get this guy before Texas A&M does. I don't think Texas A&M is going to get a visit in time. Lee Suggs, though, I think we're in great position to be able to get this guy. I don't think Liberty's going to pass us with that visit. So I think we should be pretty set there for him. Cooper Humphreys, we should get him for sure. Jamie Briggs looking real solid also. Kevin Kroger, not sure if we're going to get him. It's going to be close. West Virginia's really turning it on as of late. But Cooper Humphreys is going to commit after the bye week. Jacksonville State, another arch nemesis for us. Undefeated so far in play against them as we kind of ran up the score one of the last times we played. So we got to take it to them handily again. Going to kick off to them though as we are the away team. They're wearing their all blackouts, which are actually pretty sweet. Tashawn Smoot. That's quite the name, and he has exactly 2,000 passing yards. We'll see how he does for them, as that's a mauling hit from Milo. Milo, Fox, and Dubose. Oh, my goodness. We are just sending a message early against these rivals right here, as that is going to be incomplete. Super quick 3 and out for the Jacksonville Gamecocks right there. As, I don't know why we decided to take that one back, but Tavares Jones is back there. I don't know why he's even returning, as he has a ton of room, and he's going to make that man miss. And Tavares Jones is going to return it. A punt return for a touchdown. That was an incredible effort from him to get a touchdown that early. I don't know why he was even back there, because Javon Simpkins is supposed to be the returner. But hey, we'll take the points as it's 7-0 early. Just really committed to the run game right now, as that is not working. We'll go right back to Jones, and that's nothing. Good defense for that. We'll try to go back to our screen. It worked great last week as another just amazing spin move. The Tavares Jones spin move, the juke move, I mean, he's just so elusive in general back there. Same with that. Just he's so quick in the open field. Definitely going to miss having this guy on the roster for those situations, as that's an insane catch from Nathan Leacock. The throw was not the best aimed throw in the world, as that's Nathan Leacock's 1,500th career receiving yard. But that was just an excellent individual play from him, because that ball was kind of overthrown a bit to the outside and could have been picked. But Nathan Leacock able to come back for it, and instead we're just going to take a sack. Great coverage. 2nd down and long. We'll dump it off to the flat. Nothing. 3rd down situation. Can we put up some points? We go for the high ball to Leacock, and it's no good. Try to give our best player on the receiving core a chance, but we'll take the 3 points instead. Sometimes you just got to put your star players in a position to win. As just right now, that's what the defense has been doing the whole time, but that's a good pass. Actually fooled us with a pass that time. They've been running so much that we just expected it to run every time, as that was going nowhere. Richard Dubose has been a standout guy for us so far. That's a huge hit, though. Guys have been really hitting hard so far this game, sending a message, but Christian L is not quite fast enough to keep up. Motioning out the running back. Could it be a screen? No, he's just going to throw that thing into like triple coverage, and it's incomplete. Lucky that that one wasn't an interception right there, as that's a great run. Can we get the tackle? Cyril Prewood just saved it. saving a touchdown, and that's another massive shot. Richard Dubose has been laying some huge hits so far this season. Good gang tackle there. Milau getting in there. I like how Milau gets to the outside. He gets those sideline tackles so well. And that's just incomplete. Really just throwing that thing out of bounds. Could they miss it also? Don't tell me. Don't tell me there's a flag. Someone just ran into the kicker. Somebody just... Christian Ellis. He ran into the kicker, and they're going to get another opportunity. So we're going to have to send it, and Donovan's going to get a sack. End of the first quarter, 10-0. So far as we have -9 rushing yards. I don't think that's happened ever. But we got to hold them out, especially when that's almost picked. Oh, and the flag's offensive too. If that could have been an interception, that would have been so clean for Terez. So after the illegal man downfield penalty, that's going nowhere. 3rd and goal, but it's really 3rd and long right now. Gotta hold them out. They're just going to run with it and get nothing. So another opportunity from the other hash this time as they drill it. So basically nothing changed, but we just lost a little bit of time on the clock. Back on offense for Vasco. Open man, he underthrew him. So many underthrows from Ethan Vasco. Good pitch, terrible blocking. Really only had one guy to beat on that one. That could have been an amazing play. That's actually a solid pass. Huge first down to Jalen Love on that, and we'll try to go back to the touch. Touch pass does not work very well at all. We'll just have to dump that to McCrane. McCrane had a very, very quiet game last week, as that's incomplete. That was basically an emergency room shot that our QB just put on that receiver. Great punt, putting them down inside the 10s. They have a long way to go if they're going to want to put up points on this possession. Not going much of anywhere. 2nd down chance for Jacksonville. No. Cyril Prewood going down with an injury, though. That is not a good sign. He has been a standout corner for us so far this season. I hope it's not long. So after the punt, we'll start back on offense, getting it back to McCrane. Got to get CJ McCrane involved. He is really a spark for this offense other than Tavares. But he's wide open. CJ McCrane, see what I mean? You get him involved and he just continues to eat. Another touchdown for CJ McCrane as he just went right up to that ref. Oh, wow. Calm down there a little bit, CJ. So glad for the transfer CJ McCrane at tight end. He has been such a difference maker for us this season. 17-3 though. Great score. Huge. I can't believe he had to jump over that guy, or else that could have really been a touchdown. Huge tackle from Richard. Dubose has been there, and another shot. Richard Dubose just shooting the gap, getting right in the running back's face and laying a big hit on him. Now back on offense again. We have a guy beat over the top. Just got hit as he threw. Couldn't really do much of it there. And just great outside tackling. Defensive backs for Jacksonville State are doing so well at containing this option. That's a... Oh, could have been nice. Overthrew Bryce again, and we're going to have to punt yet again. Pretty much exactly where the last punt was. We're going to the 7 instead of the 8 this time, as they're going to try to run with it. And that is quite the crossbody throw. Barely gets that thing out of bounds. Hits the tight end quick and going to get it first. They have a chance. 2-minute drill pretty much. Can they put up points? Good tackle out of bounds. Going to preserve the clock though, so it's not exactly what we want. We want them to be tackled inbounds ideally. 3rd and short. Trying to finish it, and that's wide open. I don't know what we were doing in coverage there. Honestly, I don't even know who number 33 is. But that was a huge letdown defensively as they just walked in free. Well, now, can we answer? That's the question. Ethan Vasco has a guy open over the middle. He overthrows him. Overthrowing Tavares Jones is just not a good sign. CJ McCrane, good catch. And we'll go back to the play action. Has a guy again. CJ McCrane, another catch. He has been racking up the catches so far. We're going to be able to hit Javen Simpkins with a great play. And the back juke is great. But he's going to get out of bounds. Not able to keep his feet in bounds. That would have been a touchdown for Javen. We were so close. Just a couple yards there for Tavares. We'll try to throw that thing underneath, and he missed him. Just overthrew him. We got to go back to another pass we just didn't have time for, another sack. So we're going to have to settle for 3. So at the half, 20-10. CJ McCrane has 5 catches already in the half with 77 yards and a touchdown. So a little bit of motion. We got to go back to the run game. Let's get it reestablished after we've been more of a pass team the last couple of plays. Go back to the air. Just dump it off, and he's going to drop it. They've had some pretty good defense for pass defense as far as the short-range plays. Going to be able to hit Tavares for a good play, and he's got a ton of space to the outside. Tavares has it inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's in for a huge touchdown. Tavares Jones is just lightning in a bottle. Just keep giving him the rock, and good things are going to happen. So after the big score, it's 27-10. Good hit from Dubose. We got to see if we can get a stop on defense, which could really end it. Especially if we were to score on offense on top of that. They barely get the first. Good cutback. Decent run from them. They're going to try to run with a QB, and he gets mauled. They're just living and dying by the run. It has not been working for them, period, and they are continuing to do it. They had that huge pass play, like just go back to the pass, man. Huge awareness, though. Good tackle, forces the punt. We're back on offense. Trying to drain a little bit of clock, but yet also put up some points. And that's going to be a nice catch to Bryce Dobson. And there's a flag. Let's hope that thing's defensive pass interference, and it's going to be. Great play from Bryce. Really had potentially a touchdown on that. That's a dot. That is a dot from Ethan Vasco. Found the little hole shot in the cover 2 zone, and we're able to just nail it with him. But there's Juan Kindred getting involved again. Juan Kindred really needs to be involved a little bit more on this offense, I feel like. He just hasn't had the opportunity. We'll try to go back to play action and just nowhere. The pressure was so much. And that is always open too, is underthrown, but there is a hold on top of it probably. So we're just going to have to settle for the field goal when we missed it. We missed it wide left. Eric Calvillo just could not hit the field goal, and they're going to get the ball back. Nothing really doing on that short play, but they are going to pick up the first. These little dink and dunk plays, I mean, honestly, I'm fine with it. It's chewing a lot of clock. Back to another draw, and it wasn't Dubose. I thought it was for a minute. That was Chris Rogers, but that was a massive hit. He dropped it. Tight end wide open, drops it, forces a punt. End of the third quarter, 27-10. Pitt is now number 1 in the nation. We're up to number 8, though, right now as our rank, so we've been doing pretty solid, and that's a good run. He's just showing why he is one of the best running backs in this game. He's probably the best running back in this game. 3rd and 1 situation. He's going to get the first. Tavares just wants it more. Just continuing to try to pound the rock with him. Getting him up over 100 yards on the day. And we'll just continue to keep feeding him. That was a little early. 3rd and 6. We've got to pass it. Has a man open. He drops it. So we'll go for the long field goal. And it just wasn't enough power. Barely. So sadness because we missed 2 field goals already. And it's still 27-10. Under 4.5 minutes now in this game. Getting the first down. We're about midfield. Finds an open man over the middle. It's do or die time. I mean, they're still down by 3 scores. They have to score. Getting really close to the red zone. That's an open guy, and it's barely deflected. Was a decent read. Just needed to throw a little bit higher of a pass, and that one's in a tight coverage. He's got to come down with that one, which is kind of crazy. This is going to throw it, and it's almost picked. Jericho Washington could have sealed the game right there. Massive shot. Tatum Tuioti having a huge hit on the running back. 3rd and 1. Throws it out. 4th down for all the marbles. He's going to walk straight through. Big shot on the running back, and we're just going to blitz him. Mylau Fox getting in there for a huge sack, and he just ran right at Donovan. 2 sacks in a row. It's 3rd and goal, and they're way back. Almost picked, too. Just almost throws a terrible pass, and that one is going to be overthrown. After the overthrow, we're able to just run it out. 27-10, your final score. Just couldn't put up any more points for us here towards that second half of the game. But Ethan Vasco, a little bit better in this one. Got to get that completion percentage up, though. 16 for 28, 282 and a touchdown. Rushing-wise, Tavares Jones did get up over 100 yards. He had 112 and a touchdown. And C.J. McCrane back on top, leading the team in receptions and yards with 77. And defensively, 9 tackles for Richard Dubose. Multiple guys there with 7. TFLs, Dubose and Fox, both with 3 apiece. Sacks had Nuoa, Westmoreland, and Fox with 1 sack. No interceptions for yet another game and a handful of pass deflections. Orlando Tate, the 5-star gem free safety, just committed. I am so happy about that one. Jamie Briggs, another gem 4-star free safety. Oh, and Kevin Kroger, he just went to West Virginia. Mylau Fox is the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. Tavares Jones, CUSA Offensive Player of the Week. We are now up to number 8 in the country still. Lee Suggs so close to committing. We're so close to committing him. Should be next week. Looking at the college football playoff predictions, we're up to the 4th seed right now. Conference standings sitting at 8-1, undefeated in conference play. Great points for, points against. Middle Tennessee State and FIU just sitting at 1 game back in the conference record. So we got to continue to win. Especially, we're playing, I think, Middle Tennessee here pretty soon towards the end of the season. So that'll be a good matchup for us and could be a potential conference championship later on in the year. But right now, we got Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech, the Bulldogs, coming to Georgia here for another matchup. Number 8, Kennesaw State. And we're undefeated so far still against Louisiana Tech. So we've been pretty much blowing them out also. Kickoff is away. We're going to let them get the ball first so we can clamp them up. Evan Bullock is going to be the QB for them. 17/6. His touchdown to interception ratio, not the best. Is he just going to throw that one out? Let's see if we can get some pressure rattling him, but that's going to be not much. We'll try to be basically running the ball off, and that's a nice little shifty move, and it's going to be a fumble, and it's going to be picked up. A huge fumble and recovery for this defense. Christian Ellis is going to pick up the fumble recovery, and that is a huge momentum shift. Especially early in this game, if we're able to put up some points rather quickly here, that could be a huge shift. Try to get Tavares Jones involved early, try to get him up over 100 yards again. As we get 2 runs, get to a first down, and that's just an immediate sack. Not a good opportunity. Open man, CJ McCrane, touchdown. Huge play for CJ. Another touchdown for him on the season. He's going off. CJ McCrane is just such another otherworldly talent. His speed, 94 speed, makes him such a mismatch against other players. Good catch. Really, really good catch. The running back, though, is pretty good. Louisiana Tech, the running back is really their main guy. As Dubose hits a good hit on him. 3rd and 9. Gotta find some way to pick it up, and they do. Wow. That was actually an insane throw and catch, as that is going to be another run for basically nothing. Defense has been pretty much showing out most of the season this year for us. As if you guys remember right, I mean, we only allowed 103 points total so far this season. Already, what, 9 games into it? This is our 10th game. Mylau getting a massive sack is huge for us, and another sack. Donovan Westmoreland gonna try to just run the ball off up the middle and gets a few yards there. Motioning over Javen Simpkins, play action, open guy underthrow him. How many yards could McCrane have this season if we weren't underthrowing things? End of the first quarter, 7-0 already. That was such a fast quarter. Unfortunate, but we gotta go for the punt. I'd really love to go for it there because I know that we could pretty much get it. Wouldn't be realistic to go for it, though, so I'm going to have to go with the punt, as he's going to break a tackle and get 6. Their running back's really trying to show that he wants it more than they get a first. Up over midfield for the Bulldogs. Can they do something? Nice little quick slant. Driving down the field. We better not let these guys score. Can someone on defense make a play? Throws it underneath and gets a nice gain. 2nd down and 1. Play action, and that's right at Cyril. Cyril Prewitt should have had a pick that was gift wrapped, and instead it's going to be a touchdown for Louisiana Tech. A good throw to the tight end. He burnt him. So instead of getting an interception, the game is tied at 7 apiece here with just under 6 minutes in the half. We'll try a little jet touch pass. Nothing. It's been so spotty so far, so let's go back to our option play as Tavares Jones is going to get a good run in the spin move. Up over 50 yards on just 5 rushes. Good awareness defensively. We'll go back to the play action and dump it off to our freshman. 3rd and 7. He's going to hold on. What a play to hold on to that. Big 2nd down. Go back to play action. Good throw over the middle and the nice possession catch. Nathan Leacock getting involved with that catch as he is going to go out. 2nd down situation. Wide open. Overthrows him. Would have been yet another touchdown to C.J. McCrane, but it was overthrown. This time Bryce Dobson's going to get a catch into the red zone. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Open guy. What a break on the ball. Makes it a 2nd and short. Good catch. Dobson to the 1. Bryce Dobson has been so good, and we're just going to run that in. Ethan Vasco is going to put us up on the board and give us back the lead. 14-7 is our score. That's wide open over the middle. I'm glad he missed him. For sure, someone got their coverage torched. That he threw it right at the linebacker. I think that was Chris Rogers. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't get to see the number, but you gotta get that pick, man. That's a duck. Gonna bring up a punt situation though, so we have an opportunity to put up some points, barring a good return here. 50 seconds to get down the field. Go right back to McCrane. His speed's gonna get him the 1st down. 1st and 10. Try a little bit longer of a play. That's an open guy, and he missed him again. How do you overthrow a 94 speed tight end 3 times in the same game? And that is a terrible pass. Should have been the check down. Bringing up a 3rd and 10. That one's going to be a perfectly placed pass. Right to Dobson. I don't know how he throws some that are just so bonehead terrible, and then some that are amazing. After the timeout, we have it somewhat close. It's open, man. Touchdown. Nathan Leacock beat him over the top, and there was no safety help. Another score. 21-7. Can we hold them off till halftime? One more play to make a tackle. Good tackle. That is halftime. 21-7. Kennesaw State. So we will get the ball to start off the 2nd half and put us in a position to run away with this game early. Got to continue to assert our dominance. We've been playing pretty well on both sides of the ball so far. Got to continue that. Tavares Jones making something out of nothing. I don't know how he does it, but it looks like we're going to get no yards, and then he somehow does something to get yards on it. Just hope that Nathan Staymates, when he takes over, can bring that same spark to this offense. Another flag, yet another hold. Larry Gordon has definitely been called on multiple of those. Luckily, I am assuming he's not going to be a starter the next time. Wow, that would have been a wide open guy. Just didn't quite have the time for that pass. That one's a dot, though, to Bryce Dobson. He is so open all the time. Bryce Dobson, he has been such an enjoyable player to see him develop because he was not a starter for a long time. And that is wide open. A great throw to Nathan Leacock for another Touchdown for Kennesaw State. We are starting to run away with it. We need to get another defense to stop and pretty much end their will on this one. Defense has been playing decently well so far, but shutting down their star running back. That was the guy we were a little concerned about, as that's going to be a good hit on him. 3rd and 4, I mean, it's got to be an obvious passing situation. Throws, and that's almost picked. We've got some bricks for hands as of late. I don't know how he missed them. CJ McCrane was completely wide open, but just a terrible throw. It's going to make him miss. Good possession catch for Kindred to make it a 3rd and short. Has a guy, and it's such a good play. Wasn't the best pass in the world, but CJ McCrane able to contort his body and make the catch. Going back to Tavares Jones. To the outside, gets a cut back inside and gets a huge first. Into enemy territory are the Owls, and that was good defense. Going to go back to the option play. Wow, we had that defensive back so fold, and we're almost to the red zone. Just outside the red zone, tries to get anything. Gets him back up over 100 yards on the day for yet another one. That one could have been another touchdown. Pressure just a little bit too much to be able to do that, and that was terribly placed. We needed to throw that one more like into the end zone, so instead we'll have to settle for 3 points, but slowly increasing the lead though. Really do or die time right now for the Bulldogs. They have to score. End of the 3rd quarter, 31-7. Pitt lost apparently. They're down to 4 now. Nebraska's the new number 1. Top 25 is looking pretty interesting here in year 3. 3rd and 2 situation, probably 4 down territory. Good hit. Cyril Prewitt forcing the incompletion, running it. Oh, I think they got it. Yep, they did. They barely stretched forward and get that one. That's an amazing throw. Just absolutely torched Christian Ellis. And they're almost to the red zone. Can we keep him out? That one's... Oh, we overthrew it. Had a little bit of a step there against our cover too, and he tried to nail us right in the middle there. 3rd and 2. Need a quick pickup, and it's caught. Touchdown. Huge play, trying to keep themselves in the game. Gonna have to go for 2. Throws it, and it's intercepted by Jericho Washington. Gonna go for the 2-point conversion. If they don't get this, the game is done, and we will just get it and fall down. So running the score out, we ended up scoring another touchdown, but it's 38-13 final score. Good dominance showing here at home for the Owls. Ethan Vasco really turning it on in this one. Much, much better performance with those 4 touchdowns, holding them to only 217 total yards of offense. Ethan Vasco 20 for 30 for 276, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Running wise, Tavares Jones 18 for 120 and a touchdown. Receiving wise, both Bryce Dobson and Nathan Leacock having 96 plus on 5 catches, but 2 touchdowns for Nathan Leacock. CJ McCrane also having a nice day. Tackle-wise, Cyrus Dansby 9 tackles, Christian Ellis and Denellis Johnson both getting 7, 4 TFLs and 3.5 sacks for Donovan Westmoreland. So close to breaking the Kennesaw record of 3 sacks in a game. I don't think he's going to get it though, because we need to have 4. Lee Suggs is gonna commit. I'm so pumped for our defensive back core next year. Donovan Westmoreland, CUSA Defensive Player of the Week, and he's also the national. Up to number 5 in the country. First top 5 placement ever. 9-1 on the season. An undefeated 6-0 in conference play. Looks like Middle Tennessee and Western Kentucky just both lost a game, and they were conference matchups. We have a 2-game lead in conference play. Should be solidified at the number 1 spot. Looking at the rest of the season, we play those Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders here next week, and then New Mexico State for the last game of the season. Middle Tennessee State. This is homecoming senior night here in Georgia. So here we are at senior night here in Kennesaw against the Blue Raiders. This is a matchup that is pretty much a make or break for if the Middle Tennessee is going to be in a conference championship matchup. If they lose this game against us, that's going to be really, really bad for them. Nathan Leacock really turning it on last week, had a nice 2-touchdown performance. Gonna see if he can continue to back that up, as that's a ton of running room on the first play. Tavares Jones getting a nice 12-yard gain there. Good throw, but a drop. Bryce Dobson, a very uncharacteristic drop for him. That's incomplete. Really should have thrown to the initial check down, and wow, we couldn't even get the screen off. So here comes the offense for the Blue Raiders. They are a pretty run team, if I remember right. But they did pass decently well against us last time. It looks like we have a different running back there this year. Just trying to dink and dunk their way down the field. That's going to be a huge shot. 3rd and 3, and he's going nowhere. Great call for a blitz to hold them to really nothing in a nice punt situation, getting us back with another chance to put up some points. We got a show out for senior night here at home, and what was that? Look at this replay. I was trying to pitch it, and where is it going? It's like yo-yoing all over the field. It's like 5 yards downfield and then right back in Ethan Vasco's hand? What? Like, we are so close to breaking off a touchdown right here. This right here, there's no way he's interfering with me. Because, look, the ball was out of his hands already on the pitch, and Ethan has not even been touched. Right there. Ball perfectly out. Has not been touched. That's a perfectly timed pitch. And so let's try it again. And that was the worst thing I could have possibly done. Tavares is going to somehow luckily pick that up. But a massive loss. Like, let's not do that twice in a row. That was a terrible play. And that's underthrown by a mile and going to get intercepted. All right, guys, we need to settle down. Ethan Vasco is really, really rattled. Why is this guy spinning so much? This guy's spinning like a battle top out there, and I literally can't even tackle him. And that's just going to be wide open and barely gets pushed out. Gotta hold him out here. Can't let him get a touchdown. Is that Quay Ashley? That's Quay Ashley from our team that we had to actually release him for space. Looks like he's signed with the Blue Raiders, and now he's looking to get his first touchdown, and he does. Just walks right in. Well, we got to show that, you know, he literally could not even make the cut on our team, and now he's the #1 running back on the squad. Does that just tell us the depth of how good the Owls are? We'll go back to a jet touch. Gets the block set up. Bryce Dobson's going to get a nice little space and first down. Back to a pass game. Wide open. CJ McCrane. So much running room, and we're across midfield. Huge pickup for us. We'll go to an RPO. Haven't done that in a bit, and that's wide open for Bryce. Bryce Dobson's really been kind of a cookie-cutter piece on this offense. Great time for the play call of the screen to the running back, who's wide open walk-in for Tavares Jones. He's showing the ref. He's got ice in his veins. I don't know why the first thought of all of our Kennesaw State Owls is when they go celebrate, just go run directly at the nearest ref and taunt him insanely. But that's apparently our motto here in Kennesaw, is taunt the refs. End of the first quarter, 7-7. As again, really no rushing yards. But hey, you know, we really should have had a touchdown on that option play, but we'll live with it. Good defensive pressure for us, forcing an incomplete pass. We got to get Quay. 3rd down situation. Defense looking pretty solid. That should be picked, and it's incomplete. Christian Ellis just could not catch it. Has bricks for hands, and that's going to be a punt. For Javen Simpkins, not much. A little bit more motion. We'll go with a fake to that. That was a nice little boost there from Tavares. Sometimes those fake jets work pretty well if we can get a couple jets to go well. We like that little new play call that we just did. Get a nice little completion. Good break tackle from Vasco. Barely able to get that one off and not get a sack. Gonna have to just dump it off. Nothing doing. It's a punt. Why are we struggling so much against the Blue Raiders? We can't move the ball at all on them on offense. And that's a fumble, and it's going to be somehow picked up. Even when we get a break, we don't get a break because they still fall on it. Luckily, the defense has been pretty solid so far, so we try to just rush them there, and they're going to get a few yards. A little bit risky there to send in that middle linebacker on the blitz on the play action, but it did work out decently well in our favor, and that's going to be somehow caught. Can we drain some clock? There's 3 minutes left. We'll try to run the ball to Tavares. Can he get to the outside? No, not quite. Got to try to have the mix of running some clock. Good cutback to be able to use your blockers. Tavares Jones really just excels at that so far for us, as that is going to be dropped. CJ McCrane, another uncharacteristic drop for him. But I think we have that guy beat deep, and he just underthrew it. Leacock had a step, but underthrown, and that's a good dot. Bryce Dobson making the catch that we need. That one's wide open again, and he didn't overthrow him that time. It's a touchdown to Nathan Leacock. Another score for him, and he's loving to let the crowd hear it. So finally gets a score. A little too fast, though. They have a 2-minute drill. They're trying to beat us deep, and it's overthrown. He had Jericho Washington demolished by a couple feet. Again, he does. Oh, jeez. We're going to try some sort of different coverage now. We'll try a little man coverage, I guess. We don't want that to happen ever again, especially 2 plays in a row. Huge hit. Chris Rogers really trying to size up there with Richard Dubose as one of the biggest hitters on this squad. Let me know. I think Richard Dubose is the biggest hitter on the defense. Let me know what you think. 1st and 10, though. Open guy, missed him. Ethan Vasco. Jeez, can we not underthrow every single receiver? Just so rough this year. He's just not putting enough on it. That is a dime. Somehow thrown to perfection over the middle. It's like he overthrows everybody, then he throws that one too. Another complete pass. Inside the red zone in 2 plays. Good rollout and find to Bryce Dobson. Calling a timeout. Get an opportunity here to throw it. Oh, we might have had that too. 3rd and inches. Calls another screen play. It's a good call, but they're not going to get it. Holds us out. We're going to try it, and oh my goodness. We didn't get it. It was a little ballsy to go for it there. I feel like the touchdown really puts a clamp on him. And it's one of those things where when it goes right, you look like a genius, and when it doesn't go right, it really could go bad for us. So let's hope it doesn't come back to bite us here, as I don't even know. Sometimes those sideways field goals are for sure miss anyway, so I don't know. But we got to play good defense here. Good hit from Dubose. 2nd and 11. They're trying to pass a little bit more than they have. Empty set this time. Wide open. Absolutely wide open. Driving the ball down the field. Quay Ashley doesn't get much. Trying a little screen play. You have plenty of guys in the area. 3rd and manageable. Gonna see what they have. The Texas was there, but they're just gonna hit that drag for 3 yardage. Nobody followed him over there and gave them just a completely free lane. Another open guy over the middle. Right now our defense is about Swiss cheese right now, as they are just driving at will. We cannot be playing like this against the Blue Raiders, especially if we're going to the college football playoff. We're playing against so much better competition there in the playoffs, and that's going to be not good. An unbelievable move. He just wanted it more. It's a touchdown for the Blue Raiders, and they're going to tie the game. Unreal effort from that receiver to just not be denied. Well, we got to answer, and we have him beat over the top. Is he going to hit him? He overthrows him. We'll try to motion Jalen Love over to get us a little play on a run, and not much. Defensive backs are doing pretty well going side to side. And he was supposed to do an in route there, but he did nothing. So a punt situation for us, and this is not good. They have a chance to take the lead on us at home. We better not lose this game as a trap game right now, because that's kind of what it's looking like right now. They're trying to drain a little bit of clock and put up some points. They need to get rid of our possessions. They are just dotting us up everywhere. There's nothing I can do to get into this guy's head, as he is just clicking another level. We're just blitzing. Donovan Westmoreland getting in there. I'm going to have to send just multiple blitzes here. We need to get in this guy's head. Another sack. Donovan Westmoreland. The kick for the field goal is up, and he drilled it. So end of the third quarter, 17-14. Middle Tennessee State with the first lead of the game. And we're behind. It's been a bit since we've been kind of in a position of, I don't know. We have the whole quarter, though. You know, we don't want to rush. We can still play our game. I feel like we've been moving the ball well. We've just had random plays that have made us not score. So far, we've been able to churn the ball down the field running. But it's 3rd and 5, and we're going to have to pick something up through the air, and it's wide open. Tavares Jones helping us with it. And oh my goodness, I don't know what that was. But let's never do another option against Middle Tennessee State again, because that's just not happening. Gotta just find a way to get the ball in Tavares' hands, because he is the guy that's going to do it for us in a huge pickup. Across the 50, we are approaching the red zone. Javen Simpkins is going to get the carry. Got this down to under 4 minutes left, and a good move. Gets us to 3rd and manageable. Throws it over to Jalen Love with a cutback, and he's got a crease, and he's in for the touchdown. Jalen Love is going to put us back on top, but do we give him too much time? That is the question, as that is a nice throw. Oh my goodness, we almost had a neutral zone infraction, but instead it's an incomplete pass. Luckily, the QB did not snap it fast enough, as that's going to be a sack. Donovan Westmoreland, 3 again. 2 straight games with 3 sacks. I love how he's being double teamed. He's actually being triple teamed on this play. Donovan Westmoreland is, and they're just going to throw that out. Sometimes it's just, you know, nice to see whenever someone has to have that much. And that's wide open. Absolutely wide open. That is not good at all. And that is another completion. They have the ball at basically the red zone. We need to send some pressure, and he barely gets rid of it. We need to get some sacks. We need to do something. I don't want to be too aggressive, though, because I don't want to just give up something for free. And Milau's going to get a huge sack. That was a massive sack for only sending 4 people. It's 3rd and 15. Gonna just, oh, he could have ran with it. This is for all the marbles. 4th and 15. A touchdown would be a kill shot to us right now. They throw it to the end zone, and it's intercepted by Cyril Prewitt, who's going to take this thing out of the end zone and celebrate with the defense, as we are going to make the hold. An insanely tight contest against the Blue Raiders. We almost fell victim to this game. Overconfidence was a big thing in this homecoming game right now, but we were able to hold on. 21-17 final score. Barely survived the scare. Especially the first time we hit number 5 in the country. We can't be upset the very next week, so super glad our boys were able to make it. We held them to 212 total yards of offense. I feel like a lot of that was even in the fourth quarter. Vasco 17 for 28 for 271, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Rushing wise, 80 yards for Tavares Jones. We had to end up throwing the ball a little bit more than we wanted to. Couldn't get a lot going though, rushing the ball. But Bryce Dobson, over 100 yards on the day on his 5 catches. Defensively, not a lot of tackles, just really spread out. But again, 3-sack game for Donovan Westmoreland, his 2nd in a row. And look at that, boys. We actually got a pick. Cyril Prewitt. And another deflection for Cyrus. Donovan Westmoreland is going to end up being the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. And he's also going to be the National Player of the Week. Looking like we are now the number 3 seed in the college football playoff. But looks like we slid back a spot. Yeah, we are down to the number 6 spot. Penn State has jumped up over top of us by beating Washington. I mean, that is a stronger opponent. Yeah, we're playing in the CUSA, so it'll be tough for us to maintain a good spot. But we're sitting at 10-1 this year. One game left to finish out the regular season. Undefeated 7-0 in conference play. Only allowed 134 points total this season. Western Kentucky is the only other shot, looks like most likely to be our conference championship matchup. But it looks like Liberty could still get there if they were to win next week. New Mexico State is the last matchup of the regular season. And we are going to play against the Aggies. We beat them last time we played against them. And we're going to receive the ball first in this one. Kind of like New Mexico Stadium, though. It's pretty clean for being one of the smaller stadiums. Tavares Jones, our spotlight player, just under 1,500 yards so far on the season. Can we get him over that? Get a nice little pitch to the outside, and he's got some space, and he's got some speed, and he's down to the 10. 5 touchdown. Tavares Jones, first play of the game. Already up 7-0. Defense, let's assert our dominance against a lesser opponent. We're not falling victim to yet another trap game here. We are going to blow the brakes off this team if we can help it, as that is going to be a great run. Just as I say that, they're just running for free. Now I get stuck on a defensive lineman and it's incomplete. Good thing their QB is not very accurate. It seems like it's all running back right now. Jeremy Payne is literally their entire team, as he's got another open space to the outside. Inside the red zone, 5 rushes for 49 yards already, and that one is going to be intercepted. Cyril Prewitt off the deflection? Did he get that off the deflection? I gotta see that again. Cyril Prewitt just made an insane play, especially with the amount of momentum they had. Look at this. Yep, it's off the knee. Right to Cyril Prewitt. Insane. Insane play. Now let's go put some points up. Putting some points would help to shut up this home crowd. Good little dump to Jalen. Jalen Love's actually been one of those players that I've been pretty fond of also. He just doesn't have a huge role in the team for his current role. But CJ McCrane, look at that, wide open. See how nice it is when we don't overthrow our 94 speed tight end? It's just so nice. I wish we could just do that every single time. What blocking on that play action fake? A huge juke move. Oh my god. Filthy for a tight end to be able to make somebody miss like that in the open space. Javen Simpkins is going to take that thing to the house, as that's a 30-yard touchdown run for Javen Simpkins. That's probably his longest one of the season. 14-0 really early on. Good offensive showing for us. Still have 3 minutes left in the first quarter, too. Running has just really not been much so far for them. He's going to try to scramble. It's going to be a fumble. Milo Fox is going to pick it up. He doesn't fall either. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. Milo Fox just took the game over by himself. I don't even believe it. He just came in there, strip-sacked the quarterback, picked it up, and then walked his way in for a scoop-and-score touchdown. Milo Fox is just playing on another level, and he literally just took the game over in his own hands. So 2nd down and 5. Good cutback from Jeremy. Their running back is something else right now. He is literally the only person doing anything. 75 yards already rushing, and we're literally in the first quarter. And that is going to be another dump off and a first down. Come on, defense. Let's not let them just run all the way down the field. The tough part about playing these no-huddle offenses is that there's just no way for you to change your defense to something good. You pretty much have to basically call a timeout to try to get yourself in a better defensive coverage. But this one looks like it's pretty bagged so far, except for some of these reroutes, as that one is going to be thrown into the hands of Jericho Washington. Please don't go out of the end zone. Oh, my goodness. He's done that before to me and made me have a heart attack falling on the 1-yard line. Good dump off to Javen Simpkins. Javen Simpkins really going off today. This is kind of a breakout for him. He hasn't really been like that in the past yet. as he's going to get another nice catch. Good play for Vasco as he's going to get a good dump off, but good run on the jet touch. 21-0 end of the first quarter. I mean, hey, this one might be over early. It's always nice when you can have a game where you can end up sitting some of the starters. Just going to run around in the pocket. There's nobody open. Make the safe throw out of bounds. Ethan Vasco trying to just make some nice, smarter decisions. Just nailed as he throws that one. Had really just an incomplete throw. That's a good throw. CJ McCrane up over the middle was just such a good play. That one could have been a touchdown. Pressure was a little bit too much for us. Dump it off well. Gets the yardage in half. Makes it a manageable third down. Can we get it off to Kindred? He's going to reverse field, and he's in for a touchdown. Juan Kindred pushes the lead even further. 28-0 here on the road. Dang, the pancake. Richard Dubose just got sat down. Got folded like a lawn chair. I hope that never happens again. Another fumble. Milo Fox, I think, just forced another fumble. That's unbelievable. Milo Fox is just a menace right now. That's almost picked. Come on, somebody catch it. Oh, my goodness. He had so many opportunities for a night. That was wide open, too. Just got hit as he threw, but it was wide open. 3rd and long situation. We have him open and he underthrew him. Just can't have all the perfect passes, apparently, so we're going to have to punt that one off. And that's a wide open play. Cyril Prewitt's fast enough, though. Cyril just able to come and get him from behind, but that's not what you want. Good hit. Really threw that right in the line of fire from one of our guys, though. Is that's another strip sack? Milo Fox. Oh, my Lord. Milo Fox is literally and that is what? That was a running back screen. That was a dot. I don't know how you could throw that well. I mean, if you're throwing that well, you're not playing over New Mexico State. I can't believe we just deflected that pass. That literally could have been a pick six, though. But they're going to settle for the field goal. It's up and it is good. We saved the touchdown at least. But the shutout is gone. Maybe someday we'll get a shutout. That's a drop. Another one. CJ McCrane does have some drops. He is a freshman, though. Got to remember that. He's a standout freshman. Super pumped for him for the next few seasons. But Bryce Dobson, though, reversing field. He might be an animal as a senior, too, Bryce Dobson. That is a dot, and it's dropped. What a throw from Vasco. Just too bad it was incomplete. Another drop. Man, drops are killing us right now. 2 in a row. Thank you. Somebody holds on to it. And this time we'll just pick up a little bit there. Under a minute left in the quarter. Can we? Oh, we just can't get it off. Unfortunately, going to have to call a timeout to give us at least an opportunity to be able to do something. And we should have hit the seam again. Instead, we will punt the ball, and it's another sack from Milo Fox. I don't know how that's on a safety. Don't know how that was on the 1 yard line, because that was absolutely not on the 1 yard line. Oh my goodness, I'm glad we made the tackle. That really could have been a 99-yard touchdown play. So instead, we'll go to the half 28-3, but 4 sacks, 3 from Milo Fox, and 3 fumbles from Milo Fox. Really just looking for maybe one more score or so. And we'll be basically putting this thing on sim. 2nd down and 3. Another run. Why are you running so much? They should be passing the ball at this point. 1st and 10 for New Mexico. Like, oh, he dropped it. That was a good throw. I mean, their quarterback's been throwing some dots today. I don't know if they just don't trust him or what about it. But they're doing so many passes, and that's going to be intercepted. I meant they're doing so many runs. But Cyril Prewitt is going to pretty much put the nail in the coffin. We'll try to get a little bit more here on offense. If we're able to score again, it's going to be done. Bryce Dobson just does really well at finding space. He doesn't look like the most elusive guy in the world, but he just makes the smart play. Brings up a 3rd and short. Just take the safe play. McCrane wide open. I don't know who was supposed to be covering him, but he was not in the same zip code. Able to run some clock, make this thing tough for them. Just try to get him an open space to make a man miss, but Tavares couldn't make a man miss. Goes back to our little screenplay. It's Javen Simpkins who gets the first. Up over 200 yards passing for Vasco, and Tavares Jones, he's just not quick enough. Almost had a touchdown for him. That is a dime to CJ McCrane on the out route. Just nails it. And that's another score for the Owls. 35-3, your final score after basically just running clock for the rest of it. Huge dominant win for the Owls, as that was a statement game. Milo Fox, statement performance. Able to put the backups in to kind of get them a little bit more rested for the college football playoff. But Ethan Vasco, 19 for 29 for 222 yards and a touchdown. Forrest Jones up over 100 yards on the day with only 8 rushes. Receiving-wise, nice triple threat from Bryce Dobson, Javen Simpkins, and CJ McCrane, all with 6 catches, but CJ with over 100, with exactly 100 yards and a touchdown on the day. Defensively, multiple guys with 7 tackles, 5 TFLs, and 4 sacks from Milo Fox. Milo Fox is your new Kennesaw State single-game record for sacks. Multiple picks also. Great performance for that. Milo Fox, you could have guessed it, gets the CUSA Defensive Player of the Week. And nobody's shocked about him being the national one also. And oh my goodness, would you look at that. We are playing the Liberty Flames in the CUSA Conference Championship again. The rematch. What is more poetic about that? As we're up to number 3 in the country, I mean, we're really playing some good ball right there. Got an upgrade for the coach as well. We're going to put it on the defensive lineman, getting that offseason training boost. That's pretty much most of the ones I think we want. We might go for maybe quarterbacks or wide receivers later. But right now, I'm pretty happy with that, because I think that's going to end it for this one. I think I'm going to pick it up in the postseason, play the conference championship and the college football playoff, and then we'll do the whole offseason in the next video. So until that one, I'm super pumped about it. I can't wait to see how it goes, especially the rematch against Liberty. I couldn't even have wrote that up any better than how that thing turned out, as they have been the closest matchup for us consistently down the stretch, and this will be the 5th time we've played them already. So I'll see you guys in that video, but until then, why don't you check out one of these videos?